Welcome everyone to my channel. My name is David, and today I'll be presenting my creative campaign for Macquarie University's LED Shark Deterrent Surfboard technology. Before starting, let's watch a short video.
Oh my God, it's coming for you! Run! Run! Go! What the f?
When people think about surfing, they usually think about freedom, adrenaline, and connection with the ocean. But in Australia, shark risk is always part of the experience. The problem is that most surfers already know the risk, yet they still normalize it as part of surf culture. So instead of creating another fear-based safety campaign, we wanted to create something that feels natural, immersive, and culturally relevant. Our campaign is called Invincinle in the Blue. From my team research, we found that the biggest barrier is not awareness. It's skepticism and cultural resistance. Many surfers see shark deterrent products as unnecessary, distracting, or incompatible with surfing identity. That means scientific credibility alone is not enough to drive adoption. One insight from our research really shaped this campaign. Surfers don't surf because they want safety. They surf because they want freedom, identity, emotion, and connection with the ocean. Surf culture values authenticity, confidence, simplicity. Even risk itself becomes part of the experience. So instead of positioning the LED board as a protection device, we repositioned it as something completely different. Not fear, not survival, but freedom without interruption. Something that belongs naturally in surfing culture. That's why our campaign line is, "Seen by humans, lost to sharks." It sounds less like a warning and more like a surf film. The technology itself is actually really fascinating. Developed by researchers at Macquarie University, the surfboard uses LED counter-illumination technology. Basically, the lights underneath the board disrupt the silhouette surfers create underwater, making them less recognizable as prey from a shark's perspective. And what I really liked about this innovation is that it doesn't try to dominate nature. It doesn't aggressively scare sharks away. Instead, it quietly changes visibility. That inspired the creative direction for our campaign. We wanted the visuals to feel immersive, cinematic, and almost mysterious, like the ocean itself is seeing surfers differently. So the big idea behind Invincinle in the Blue is turning scientific innovation into a surf culture experience. The first channel is a TikTok and Instagram AR filter called Shark POV. Users can switch between normal human vision and simulated shark vision. When the LED mode activates, the silhouette of the surfer becomes visually disrupted underwater. This makes the science interactive instead of just informational. And it's important because younger audiences especially engage more through participation than passive content. The filter also encourages sharing, reaction videos, and discussion, helping the campaign spread organically through social media culture. The second activation is probably my favorite. We designed an immersive beach projection experience at popular surf locations like Bondi and Manly. At night, underwater projection mapping would simulate shark vision directly onto the water. Visitors could stand near the shoreline and literally watch how the LED technology changes underwater visibility in real time. I think this activation creates a strong wow factor because it transforms scientific research into something emotional and memorable. And importantly, it also builds trust because instead of simply telling people the technology works, we visually demonstrate it in a way that feels believable and immersive. Our third channel focuses on documentary-style storytelling. Instead of using polished celebrity advertising, we partner with respected surfers and surf creators to produce short-form videos showing real sessions using the LED board. The tone is raw, calm, authentic, almost like a Netflix surf documentary. This approach matters because surfing communities rely heavily on peer credibility and lived experience. Surfers trust other surfers more than traditional advertising. So rather than forcing a sales message, we let real experiences build cultural legitimacy naturally. Another important part of our strategy is segmentation. Different surfer groups respond to this technology very differently. Recreational surfers are generally more open to safety innovation, but they still need reassurance around price and effectiveness. Parents and surf schools are likely to adopt earlier because their decisions are shaped by responsibility and duty of care. Meanwhile, performance-oriented surfers are much harder to convince. For them, surfing equipment is tied closely to identity and authenticity. So instead of directly selling safety to this segment, our campaign focuses more on aesthetics, field testing, and cultural credibility. For the prototype, I created a visual concept showing how the campaign could appear across social media and outdoor activations. The glowing cyan lighting represents innovation, while the dark ocean visuals maintain a premium surf aesthetic. I intentionally avoided dramatic shark imagery or fear-based visuals, because that would conflict with the emotional tone of the campaign. Instead, the visuals focus on immersion, curiosity, and coexistence with the ocean. The campaign rollout happens in 4 stages. First, teaser content introduces mysterious underwater visuals and the idea of becoming invisible in the blue. Second, the AR filter launches on TikTok and Instagram to build interaction and awareness. Third, experiential beach activations create public engagement and media attention. Finally, documentary content and influencer collaborations extend long-term credibility within surf communities. This integrated approach allows each channel to reinforce the others rather than operate separately. To conclude, this campaign is not really about fear. It's about changing the relationship between surfers, technology, and the ocean. Our research showed that scientific credibility alone is not enough to drive adoption. People need emotional connection, cultural relevance, and visible proof. Invincinle in the Blue transforms shark deterrent technology from a visible safety device into something that feels natural, immersive, and compatible with surfing identity. Because maybe the future of surfing isn't about avoiding the ocean. Maybe it's about learning how to belong to it differently. Thank you, and have a good day.